Howdy folks, Amos soon. Actually, no. Amos, Sunday Sewnsence. A little bit more music for you. Find the button. Go away, Fred. So, Fred is running, and light flashes in the glasses. So very shortly, I'll be on the road to Canberra to do some research. I've got some friends going to court early next month. I'm going to find out what's happening there. See if justice will be served. And well, there's also something else I had to talk about. And last Wednesday, I was on World Pirate Radio Podcast Network with Jeffy, and we were talking about this new film that's come out. It's called The Voice of Freedom. I might have heard, maybe you've heard me talk about it before, maybe not. But it's about this true story about this bloke who worked for the American child protection agencies, and he was like one of those guys that went and busted pedophiles. Oops, there's that buzzword. Probably might get cut off now. But anyway, he ended up leaving the forces so that he could pursue saving these children full on. And he's doing it today. This guy, I don't remember his name or anything like that, but look up the film, The Sound of Freedom. It's I've looked around the cinemas and I can't find it anywhere in Australia. It's happening. It's been played in other places around the world, not in Australia that I've found. If anyone finds that it's been played in Australia somewhere, send me an email. There's emails in the description. Also, look in the description for all the other people, things and stuff I know. People I know, people I don't know. But it's, mate, look into it. Anyway, I'm about to play a replay of what's still happening in Canberra every day, folks. Asking for our freedom back. Well, it's all about the exposing the 28, basically. A bunch of pedo so-and-sos. Anyway, let's play that. Now I've just got to find the other button.
On here. They're still laying them constantly from the horizon to horizon, both sides, as much as they can.
Yeah, so any chemtrails lately, folks?
It hasn't stopped. Basically, we've got a little bit of real cloud in the background over here, but the rest of it is all just bloody lines. Since we opened our eyes, they've kept spraying us. Thanks for joining us today. We've still got a pretty decent crew. There's only a few of us in cars at the moment, but we've still got a good crew. The locals just support us and keep everything going. Love to you all. Thanks for joining us anyway. We'll get on our way down shortly. Riblets today. 3. Oh, wow. Hurley's. Have a look what's going on here, Diggs. We've got 2 big suckers over here, and then we've got the other big sucker over here. And seeing it's nice, quiet, still day, and the chemtrail clouds keeping the noise in. It should echo really well in that building. Can we like do dueling banjos with the speakers?
Oh, that's the vibe. Yeah.
Oh, look who else is here. Another freedom dog in Hazel. Oh, you doing all right, brother?
It's pretty quiet a lot of time, folks, but hang around, wait until the down by the riverside. It'll happen. Just hang around. Don't be in such a rush all the time.
I'm just going to zoom in a little bit for you guys. I hope you're not getting too... So they've got to spray another straight line there next to the other straight line. Do I know you?
Toby's vlog for Big Lockdown, 14th September 2020. Open letter to Her Excellency, the Honor of the Linda Dexter.
These are letters you sent back to him. Read the digs what you sent to...
It has come to my attention that the current Premier of Victoria is not acting in the plan of Constitution.
Yeah.
The state of emergency can function in a pandemic. There is now a current pandemic in Australia. This is in consideration to the meaning of pandemic in the
Did you even get a reply from her?
I think I made it as a blog and made it as an open letter. I don't know how action I took.
Yeah. That's a while ago.
Made here in 2022.
Oh. Sorry, Dick. Try and dig out. There we go. September 2022.
No, it was September 20.
Yeah.
And we came here in 2022. It's 1.5 years before.
Oh. I haven't brought them down for a while.
No, we should have fun.
I don't agree with them in the letter, so I don't read my letters. You know what I mean? Let's go for a walk, Dix. After another day.
Mighty boots, mate. Good work, guys. Body.
There's two next to each other's. So, the retirement age at the moment is at 67.
I don't know. It's not moved so many times.
I think it's 67. And oh, yeah, I can see it. And we're producing a few more Bushmasters, I heard.
30 more going over there.
What?
It all makes sense why they ramped up in 2020 how many Bushmasters are built in white in Brisbane. Morning. How are you today? Yeah, what people saying, oh, I don't know why you're worried about what they're doing. They knew back then what was going to happen. That's why they were filling the orders for them back.
But we have nothing in common with Ukraine. And we against the war, but yet we're still supplying machineries for the war.
Well, at the NATO meeting, a lot of countries, they all wanted to push to have a nuclear response.
And then they're saying, oh, because of the war, our food gets more expensive. What has this to do with us? We had the ability to supply all the stuff that we need. Everything, food, machinery, resources, we have everything.
Well, because of the Lima agreement, that all kind of went out the window.
Government is literally running our economy down. But we have another contract for the Germans to produce certain armored vehicles now. In Queensland. Like training to America. Just waiting when it gets finalized or announced that the WHO or WEF is actually a terrorist organization. If you can get this through, you get rid of a few people in Parliament.
No one will believe it. The propaganda has made everyone believe that NATO, the WEF, and the WHO are all good, doing good things for
They're
people.
all private organizations. They're not even government related.
Maybe the Reserve Bank. At least it's pretty flowers to look at. We'll keep distracted from something else. Okay.
Yes, the bottles are out. Trees starting. Here, some nice green trees.
Oh, took their leaves.
Sidex won't be able to read the comments.
Sorry?
It's a bit, sometimes comments popping up, and
It's hard to read.
it's hard to read when you walk and
If we were female,
no glasses.
car.
Oh, yeah, you mean someone with a special hole or additional hole or
A bonus one, I think.
yeah, a bonus hole.
Is that like playing a game of golf, you get a bonus hole?
Oh, I have no idea about golf. Hole in one. Then what is that a hole? Is a bonus hole too?
No bonus for you.
Looks like a good day today. Nice and calm and flat.
Aaron sent me some pictures yesterday. She went to Anaconda and she sorted out all the letters on the board. Exposed at 28, exposed at 28. Then she went to another craft shop, exposed at 28.
Yeah.
Everywhere she goes, she rearranges everything she goes.
Ah.
If you're watching film, sorry I didn't get back to you. It was just phone calls and me waffling shit to people as always. I'll get onto you before enough live stream things. Good morning, ladies.
What did he forgot?
Right through.
Ah.
Because if I bring them, there's nothing to see. If I leave them in the car, there's something to see. So if I leave them in the car, something might happen. So I bring them, we know we're safe.
Hopefully I got a wide angle. Should be pretty much level now. Some sort.
Morning, Debbie. Nah, we got enough people. I think we're okay. What do you see on the smell? All without the binoculars. They're hiding really well today. They got him. You see how well they're hiding? They're hiding today.
Like that cartoon, you know, where they try to buy one that's big.
Who's got over there today? Just looking around. Sorry, Dig. Preoccupied.
listening there, Annette. I will give you a call afterwards. It'd be good to catch up. But yes, Karen is going to head up your way soon. So I'm sure she's looking forward to catching up with you. Oh, she's going.
Back to the future.
蓝牙语连接。线路输入。线路输入。
线路必须。
蓝牙模式。
And you're ready for that now.
Good morning, Governor General. Okay, move forward. Remove headdress. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of line, steady on the go. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old as we that are left old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
Lest we forget!
Your Excellency, the Honourable David Hurley, as the Governor-General of this nation, this letter is a direct appeal from an ever-growing cohort of Australian people, both here and at home. We call on you to action the public reveal of the unredacted findings in the police report from the Wood Royal Commission 1995 to 1997. The Wood Royal Commission has catalogued with the Police Integrity Commission resulted in a 90-year suppression order containing 28 names of alleged pedophiles of prominent stature, including judges, government officials, and ex-Prime Minister, TV personalities, radio personalities, sports stars, and the list goes on. That our Australian government has made no attempt to undo the 90-year suppression order for the supposed safety and well-being of the population is unacceptable. Alleged pedophiles should not be running the country. We visited again in 2015 in the Senate Legal and Constitutional Affairs Legislation Committee meeting. The then Senator Bill Heffernan delivered the same request for the findings to be released to the public. That's us. As the Senator stated, it's not so much the secret that's the problem. It's when a group of people such as the 28 alleged bloody pedophiles on the police report keep each other's foul, dirty little secrets. Further into his appeal, he quoted the judge of the day. We decided not to revisit that issue because the public would lose confidence in the judiciary. We know the judiciary is corrupt and full of alleged pedophiles. You can't hide it from us anymore. Governor General, how can you justify the 90-year suppression order of the police report from the Royal Commission, given that the Australian taxpayer paid out roughly $64 million on the case? Who got the money? We want the results. We have a right to full disclosure of the investigation. We want it now. We the people's house. We are either real victims, family members of victims, or friends of victims of the appalling industry of child trafficking and pedophilia. Why does Australia have an industry of child trafficking and pedophilia? It is not acceptable. God's children do not accept this. It's evil. We the people also require the individual honoured with the position of Governor-General to uphold the requirements of the office of Governor-General and inquire why the Governor-General has not stepped in with the obvious police overreach in inhibiting the people from peacefully protesting, as these are protected rights of all white Australians. It's up to the men and women of Australia to determine their level of confidence in the police, judiciary system, and Parliament on this matter. And we find you all lacking. Just do your jobs for the Australian people. You're sincerely concerned men and women and children of Australia.
Governor-General, David Early. My name is Tobias. I'm losing confidence day by day in the government, federal, state, local, and you. I'm instructed to dissolve the federal parliament and issue the writs for official action immediately. Further, I want all the documents that Senator Heffernan produced to the Royal Commission released to the public unredacted immediately, so we can have justice and gaining some trust in the government again. These two things are not up for negotiations. We will be here every day until you do as instructed. Governor, do your job, speak up.
The Nuremberg Code. Number 9 of the 10 standards. During the course of the experiment, the human subject should be at liberty to bring the experiment to an end. If he has reached the physical or mental state where continuum of the experiment seems to him to be impossible. I don't think any person was given that choice, so you failed standard 9. Let's look at standard 8, shall we? See how you did with that one. The experiment should be conducted only by scientifically qualified persons. The highest degree of skill and care should be required through all stages of the experiment of those who conduct or engage in the experiment. That's another fail. People died. People have permanent disabilities. How disgusting. And you push this on the Australian people. That's another fail. What about number 7? Proper preparations should be made and adequate facilities provided to protect the experimental subject against even more remote possibilities of injury, disabilities or death. You failed! You brought the Nuremberg Code in! the experiments in! Nuremberg Code's gonna get ya! Good luck, Mr. Haley!
Hey Hurley, on the 13th of March 2020, you signed a federal pandemic under the Biosecurity Act 2015. It was done under your authority, therefore you were liable for people to follow it. If people were breaking that, you were liable to stand up and bring them into line. Once you declared that federal pandemic, no state law or authority could operate outside the Biosecurity Act. So when the governments forced healthy people to be locked down in their houses and in their homes, you violated, by not saying anything, the Biosecurity Act. When the police acted as agents to stop people, that violated the Biosecurity Act, and your silence was deafening. And you know as well as I do that silence under law means that you were agreeing with the illegal actions. And I could go on and mention all the illegal crap that everyone from the High Court down did under this so-called federal pandemic that you signed off on. And the only thing we heard from you was deathly silence. So David Hurley, I suggest you get your affairs in order, because you are liable for every crime committed against the Australian people in the name of this pandemic. Because it was your authority that brought it in, and you had the responsibility to make sure people did what was required under your authority, under the Biosecurity Act. So we'll hold them accountable, but firstly, we'll hold you accountable because you were the one that used your authority to bring it into pass. The second thing I want to ask is a question. David Hurley, are you a pedophile? I ask this question because Anzac Day last year, a young man stood up on your lawn and accused you of raping him and trafficking him when he was a child. And your response was absolute deafening silence. So David Hurley, is that why you won't release the evidence against those 28 that was handed to the Woodrow Commission so that they find their time in court? Are you protecting them because they have something over you? I have a lot of questions about that, and I'd like to hear some answers other than deathly silence.
They try so hard, we try not laugh. They turn my car, the next day's back in the same car park. These cops ain't smart, I'ma make a drop this charge. Son, you watch, we take it back to the start. No D's, no titles, no trespass. Now we charge you, tables and turn. We count the people, holy souls, holy abuse. Nobody gonna got nothing, you jump off. Yeah, you at the door, Macadar. Bring on the storm, God be the enemy. Thought we were gone, we can't come back to the front lawn. Yeah, we're still here, still ain't got no fear. We won't run, still ain't shed no tear. The sense of we still here. Is that all you got? We take all you want. We unite. You don't call a shot. Sovereign's been here all along. And they're still here. Yeah, they're still here. Return of the sovereign, but the left. They're still here. Yeah, they're still here. Yeah, they're still here. The oldest civilization. Listen, how many years? They're still here. Need your support for the new way. Alawari falling when Indian income bore records. Gotta cut out the cancer. Yeah, that's what the plans are. Walk with the elders, they got the law, we got the numbers, that is the answer. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never got a job, never won a match. 2 years, no class, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. That rain if we can. Can't know we can't. 2 keeps at the camera, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They're broken the roads, broken the law. Back time, but it's still now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Let's smash the car and not be up with a man on ballot. I'm still here. They see us come, we see them run. Now we are one, free our daughters, free our sons. Yeah, they're getting scared. Front line in the bed, I'm there. Even when we're gone, that spirit lives on there. We ain't going anywhere. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never got a job, never won a match. 2 years, no pass, then we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They wait at the camp. Can't know we can't. 2 keeps at the camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They're broken the roads, broken the law. Back up, we're still now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Let's smash the car and not be up with a man on bail, and I'm still here.
Hey, you fuckers!